Hi everybody, this is your Professor Ian. This is a short video. I want to talk about a couple things. The first is your that essay number 1 example assignment you turned in last week. And then I also want to make a brief point about the Los Vendidos play that we're watching this week. So let's start with the essay number 1 example. I asked you to write a paragraph, just a rough draft of one of the examples that you're going to use for your first paper. And a lot of people did, and they did a great job. So what I wanted to show you and talk about was the feedback for that. So here I am in our course in the student view. So if you come to grades, you will you'll have a list something like this with all the assignments. And if you come to, if you see here, there'll be a grade. It might look different on a phone. And the thing is, you should really try to go into a laptop for this feature, because I don't know if it works as well on a phone. It's really hard to navigate the feedback feature for a Canvas on a phone. So please, please, please try to spend a couple minutes on a laptop instead of your phone or whatever device you're using, just to look at the feedback for more for more major assignments or writing assignments, especially the essays. So if you come down here, essay number 1 example, that's number 2. This is the test view, so there's no thing there, but that's what you would look for. And then you'd see a little thing over here. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm taking a course right now online, and so I get feedback too from another professor. And anyway, so I went to grades, and here are some of the assignments. So I turned in short paper number 1, and see over here, there's these little boxes. You can see, oh wait, let's go here. It says great first paper, see feedback. So if I click on the assignment itself, it takes me to something like this. This is roughly what it should look like if you're using a laptop, and then there'll be a little view feedback button right here. And if you click there, you're going to open up a dialog box with a copy of the document that you submitted, along with the feedback that your professor has left you. And you'll have feedback from me on example, essay number 1, example number 1, right? If you click on here, see, there should be, if I had submitted something, this is the student view, and, obviously there's no submission for my student view. There should be a view feedback button here along with the grades and any other comments that I left outside of the feedback on the paper itself. But most of the feedback I leave on things is going to be in this, by clicking on this button here. So please, please, please look for that feedback. Use a laptop if your phone isn't, or device or whatever is not really picking it up. I looked at feedback using my device on the course I'm in, and I could see the feedback, but it was hard to navigate through the comments. So again, please do use a laptop. The other thing I wanted to mention was with Los Vendidos, this play that we're watching. So the thing about the play is that it's a very famous play by Luis Valdez, and this production has a dance number at the beginning, which let me turn that down. It's got this music and dance that lasts. How long does it last? A few minutes. Oh, it lasts. Lasts about 5 minutes. Right? There's a music and dance number at the beginning that lasts about 5 minutes, and that's not really. It's a super awesome production, and and it does provide context for the rest of the play, because there's this real celebration of Chicano culture, Mexican culture in that beginning, and it's definitely worth watching. But the discussion of code switching that we're getting into really starts about 5 minutes in, 5-6 minutes in. So just something to bear in mind if you're watching that first part and you're wondering, what the heck are we watching here? Why am I watching this musical production? What does this have to do with code switching? That kind of stuff. That's what's happening there. There's a music and dance number which is entertaining and interesting at the beginning, but not really part of our code switching conversation. And for the rest of the play, remember, this is a satirical play. It's meant to be poking fun at an oppressive power structure by kind of exaggerating things. Right? So he's not being serious when he's presenting these stereotypes. He's presenting them to make fun of them, to mock them. So just something to bear in mind too, because otherwise if you didn't realize this play was satire, it could seem pretty offensive. Just something to bear in mind. Anyways, that's about it. Just thought I'd catch you up on that. I should have said this at the beginning too. For the essay number 1 example, I had some questions. Are you supposed to resubmit that assignment? No, the feedback I give you on the examples that you turned in last week and then this week, you're supposed to use that feedback to revise those paragraphs for your essay, for essay number 1, which we're working on next week. So you don't need to resubmit the examples. You need to work on that and revise that for your paper. Those are basically the examples that you wrote that you turned in last week and you're turning in this week. Those are parts of your rough draft, which we're going to work on next week. Okay? So that's about it for now. Thank you very much.